Greetings. So, Baron, I just wanted to let you know what the collective body is doing and how this is going to benefit the individual body. So we just opened up Trump 5G. This is $1 trillion industry, and we're in it right now. Already, we're at like $400–500 million. We've only been open for like 3 weeks. I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. But right now, the 7 albums is up there. So it's under construction still, but we wanted to get in it. We wanted to be in it, and so we're in it. And we have some things going on right now, and I'm going to be able to explain it to you. We're just getting more resources for the office has expanded. And what else? So, everybody wants to know where we're at on the Helix. So we're able to do the Helix from creation till present. Where we're at on DNA, we're able to identify any and everything. And where we're at on the investigations, we're able to provide adequate and reliable. So we have the references from the J. Edgar Hoover FBI building. That's pretty cool. And where we're at on the Tabernacle, have the currency. We're getting ready to get the ark, the light lamp, the oil lamp, the shewbread, the sacrifice area, and the incense furniture. Other than that, so we're graduating this year. We're at the United States Supreme Court right now on slavery, and we're going to be a reference tomorrow on that. And then we're working on the reform policies, the 12 reform policies. And then another thing that we're doing is the proposal with the Vice President, the Senate, and the House of Representatives. That's still underway. And then we're working on the redress of grievances with the governors and the United States President. So Washington, D.C. today is pretty fine in my hands. And then Washington, D.C. tomorrow will be inspired and motivated by me also. And I'm sitting with George Washington. So if you go over to our brother Eric Trump, I'm filling him in on the details regarding my position with George Washington on the redress of grievances. So that's pretty cool. The television station has around or about 249,600 programs. So you have 200 channels. Your radio station has around or about 249,600 programs plus another additional 12,000. So you have that on your radio station. Your radio station is complete. Your art gallery is complete. Your religion's complete. What else? Your art gallery is complete. Your social club is complete. We're rebuilding the e-readers, tablets, notebooks, and laptop computers and smart devices. So all of the software configurations are going to operate only our app stores, and then it will be the sufficient what every software company has for what's available as far as technology goes regarding electronics. But the only thing is we're going to profit big time. Everything in a music app store, book app store, TV app store, movie app store, all of that stuff is going to be our profit. So that's what's going to set us aside from the competition. On top of that, we're the only software developers that develop our own software single-handedly. So what we got going on is so that's it. Your school's going along pretty good. So you have 52 school textbooks. But we're gonna condense it down to 50 school textbooks. You're gonna have an opportunity to get 100,000 tuition on per each student that gets into the school. So that's where you are right there. Right now you have 10,000 songs in your music app store. It's worth $20,000, $2 per song. You have 500 albums available on the store. So that's 500 times $16.99. I think it's like $8,495. So so that's it. So this is what you look like in the collective body. Barron William Trump, son of USA President Donald J. Trump and First Lady Melania K. Trump, and the collective body is in Washington, D.C., tough on crime and cover-ups, tough on corruption, making tough decisions, doing it mainstream and major league. Injected into his RICO Act indictment assignment by childhood kidnapping from a limited liability sheriff trying to introduce modern-day slavery into the United States of America with the commercial real estate business license. He kept Barron Trump inside of the 5-story home of commercial, residential, agriculture, closed-circuit television network, and racketeer influence corp organized crime act departments, real estate, in hostage takeover locations for 15 years. In that process, he created a series of accounts for ransom, making deposits to those accounts, access to their accounts, withdrawals on those accounts, forgery of those accounts, and benefited off of those accounts. In 2012, 2011, the victim, Barron Trump, gets an opportunity to contact the FBI and starts to report the findings of that Racketeer Influence Corp Organized Crime Act. The process, they got into fast getaway vehicles, trying to stipulate that they were the military by trying to force the victim, Barron Trump, to stipulate that he was from a different country and a training program so that they could have an opportunity to continue on with their motive of kidnapping, slavery, conspiracy to commit premeditated murder, and home invasion by way of Racketeer Influence Corp Organized Crime Act in the process of doing treason and terrorist acts. So the victim, Barron Trump, then goes to Washington, D.C., and the process goes through all of the courts, snatching up references from the likes of the main people in charge, working in joint efforts with United States Attorney Generals, United States Attorney's Office, the U.S. Postal Inspector General, the senators, the mayors, the governors, and the directors of the FBI and the actual United States Attorney General regarding the RICO Act, or the Racketeer Influence Corp Organized Crime Act. Then, in the process, has this letter to the Nobel Peace Prize regarding being the founder of DNA in the helix, the discovery being injected into this case. And it's sitting with George Washington, the actual founder of the United States of America, in the process, assembling in the same geographical location as other areas in the area, and petition the government for the redress of grievances. And so that's what it is. So that's how he's eating. He's getting his food that way. In the process, he's working on his case diligently. After discovering DNA, the helix, and working with the FBI to do so, getting that accreditation from the likes of James Comey, Robert Mueller, Paula Bate, George Pirro, David Johnson, and others. He moves on to the Senate and House of Representatives and the Vice President for a protocol so that the investigations will go a certain way regarding childhood kidnappings and abductions that he was a victim of. Moving on from there, he goes to the United States Supreme Court and locks in the D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser for her position for the getaway vehicle, stipulating that the D.C. mayor's core is to do the redress of grievances, the pardon and the exoneration, start an investigation, and to not allow that pedophile Mike Livingston and his limited liability company sheriff impersonation to transfer his accounts to D.C., but allow the victim, Barron Trump, in order to do an investigation. Locking her in at the U.S. Supreme Court and addressing slavery in that process. Barron Trump then moves on to the redress of grievances with the governors and the president in Washington, D.C. There he develops his television station, radio station, where we're getting everybody involved in the United States of America. So with this involvement, people will have an opportunity to see the first ever redress of grievances from our actual dad, George Washington, and we'll get an opportunity to see it in clear captions on regular television and listen to it on radio like he probably would have wanted it. So everybody's going to be rooting for us, Barron Trump. They're going to be rooting for us. They're going to be wanting us to win, and we're up in the polls. Everybody likes us, what we're doing right now. We're getting great reviews. It's riveting. And that's it. After that, you have your reform policies, and you're ready to take on the world. So you're giving away, Barron Trump's giving away all of his billionaire boy toys, what he lost in the process of that 15 years of commercial slavery. Those billions of dollars that he generated, he's giving all of the his billionaire boy toys to his family, the first and second family, and moving on with his holy allocations of God and with the tabernacle, and also living amongst the government, the United States of America, where he lives, but for God, for I am, for the Holy Ghost, and even for Emmanuel named Jesus, called Jesus Christ. And so he's ready to tell the world, and he has a $400 billion United States dollar plan to do so. In the process, he's using 12 reform policies from the initiatives of the White House presidents themselves, and religion reform policy, medical reform policy, economy reform policy, business reform policy, trade reform policy, industry reform policy, infrastructure reform policy, safety reform policy, corrections reform policy, entertainment reform policy, education reform policy, telecommunications reform policy. And in the process, Barron Trump is going to be looked at as the greatest man, the greatest son, and the holy son. So at the end of my stay in Washington, D.C., which is going to be graduating from the J. Edgar Hoover FBI building 2020, my work on the helix and DNA being referenced right there, and then the redress of grievances with the president and the governors at the White House, and then the investigations for all childhood kidnappings at the Vice President, Senate, and the House of Representatives will be up 2020, 2021. By the end of 2022, you will be all done in Washington, D.C. As far as the collective body is concerned. And you'll be ready to take on the world with the reform policies as a United States citizen and to represent the American people. When we travel to different countries, people think that just because there isn't a database that they can commit crimes against Americans. People are also thinking that just because we won't be able to, even if we do have a database, be able to compare their DNA, that they can commit crimes against America. But I fixed the broken system. I fixed it, and I did it very, very fast, and I explained it in the infrastructure reform policy how I did it. So now individuals are not going to be able to slip through the cracks anymore. Okay, so that's what you're doing in Washington, D.C., and I just wanted to give you the update that we are producing the results, and tomorrow people are going to be looking up at us and looking up at us saying that we've saved lives, we've saved the American dream. Now we're going to be able to protect Americans domestically and internationally. No longer will individuals be slipping through the cracks anymore. And I wanted to give you an update on your hospitals. So a lot of people think that you only own your one hospital, a dance hospital. Barron Trump, Lulu.com. Go check out that book. It's pretty cool. But you actually own 200 hospitals. So I wanted to let you know that you have the complete authority to heal the lame from head to toe, and you're doing so. People don't want to take a pill. They actually want to be healed. They want to be able to move their limbs. They want to be able to have self-esteem. They want to be able to have a connection from their thought that's cognitive to the body parts that they need to move. They want to be able to actually be in the process or in line to obtaining some type of medical advancements that will allow them to continue to live and to function appropriately like everyone else. So you have 200 hospitals. You have 200 hospitals. You have a hospital in every country. We're developing. We have 3 cures right now. We have the pharmaceutical companies doing good. And this is the thing. So, and I own you own the pharmaceutical. I own the pharmaceutical company. But the thing, I'm talking to the pharmaceutical company right now. I have a complaint with the pharmaceutical companies right now. They want to distribute the prescriptions and the medications to the 200 hospitals in all of the countries that we have the hospitals, but they want to charge an enormous amount of money for these medications. And I don't want that to happen. I want there to be an affordable way for the hospitals to obtain the pharmaceuticals and for them to stock the pharmacies with the medications for the patients, but I also want free programs, and I want programs that are fast. I don't want there to be a long wait line, and then I want the medications to be very inexpensive. So I have a complaint with the pharmaceuticals companies right now regarding that, because I do not think that it's fair. I think that we need to provide health care. I think that we need to have free health care, and I think that we need to have fair health care. I do not discriminate when it comes to health care, and everybody's getting health. And the initiative is, if you take care of yourself and you take care of your own health, then hopefully no one will have to take care of your health for you. So we're doing a whole bunch of things like that. And things are coming along good for me personally. I mean, other than that, then there's always the Racketeer Influence Corp Organized Crime Act and their subcontractors and their contractors and what they're trying to do with their closed circuit television network piracy, but we're shutting them down. We do not have the support of the Metropolitan Police Department. We do not have the support of Mayor Bowser, but we do have the support of the DC Mayor. So the moment that we can get the Metropolitan Police Department and the actual DC Mayor to move their cars and to lock up the Racketeer Influence Corp Organized Crime Act to the crimes that they committed across federal regulated state lines and their piracy, then we're able to continue on with what we're doing in the pardon and exoneration, and then to move on with our commandment of God to till the land. But I just wanted to let you know that we're all over it. Things are going good. I've spent all of my money on the resources. Trump 5G is already worth like $400, $500 million. I'll be able to explain it soon. You own the art gallery, you own the pharmaceutical, you own the social club, you own the e-readers, tablets, notebooks, laptop, computer configurations for all of that. And Trump 5G is going to do very well with those consoles. You own the music app store. You own the book app store. Right now, I just had an opportunity to speak to the collective body of Eric Trump. I told him that we published 1,300 books and we were able to publish, but we didn't. But we were able to publish 1,300 books in 3 hours, and I'll tell you how I did it soon. But the world record, the Guinness Book of World Records for the most books authored is a United States citizen, but it was his lifetime. Okay, and then also you're the world record holder in music. You have 500 albums, and I think it's 169 for the Grateful Dead. So that's also a United States of America company. So you're first in music, you're first in authorship, you're first in a lot of other things. And I just wanted to let you know from First Boy Barron Trump and the collective body that I love you, Barron Trump, and the individual body. And from our entire body, the collective and individual body, we are working for the American people. Another 4 years. Trump Pence. Thank you.